This just might be the most controversial guitar ever created, and you'll never guess whose signature guitar it is. Alright, so I'm not one who's ever been opposed to signature artist model guitars. I actually own a signature model guitar, my Ernie Ball Majesty. That is a John Petrucci signature guitar. There are other guitars that I want that are signatures, from Richard Henshaw with Strandberg. Rob Scallon has his Schecter guitar now. There are a lot of signature guitars that I want, but those people it makes sense with. This one just... what? If you haven't heard the news, the ever so popular Machine Gun Kelly, with his new sound that he's created in the last couple years, I think, with this kind of pop punk sound, has a signature guitar with Schecter, and it's called the Machine Gun Kelly Razor Blade. I don't know how to even process what this is. It's just very ugly, and when I first saw a post a little bit ago on Instagram and stuff, I thought it was a joke. I did not at all think that it was legit, but it's legit, and this thing is currently like on sale for $1,500. Now, listen, there are some really amazing, great guitars that I could buy for $1,500, and it would not be this. Why is this $1,500? I have no clue, but we're going to look at some of the specs and see if we can even remotely justify the actual not on sale price of $2,169. So if we take a look at the specs of this miraculous and marvelous guitar, it is the Machine Gun Kelly Razor Blade guitar. It is in metallic silver, which makes sense. The neck has Schecter locking tuners. Okay, cool. Solid plus there. Ebony fretboard. Cool. That's pretty nice. A maple 3-piece with a carbon fiber reinforcement rods for the neck material. That's not too bad. The inlays are 2 X's on the 12th fret, which, you know, it's still pretty generic to me. Like, cool, I guess that's kind of okay. They do have lumen lay glow on the dark side. Dot markers, it's a 25.5-inch scale. It's a thin C shape, which I do like the C shape next. I prefer that. It's got 22 jumbo frets. It's got a 14-inch fretboard radius. I prefer 16-inch. It's got a Graph-Tech nut, and it's got a 2-way adjustable truss rod, which is nice. So this is metallic silver. The hardware is chrome. The top contour is flat, so it's just like a flat, boxy feel to the guitar. And it's a bolt-on, which, God, I hate bolt-ons. The body material is basswood or basswood, however you want to pronounce it. Not the biggest fan, I guess. And it's a hip shot hardtail bridge, which, okay, cool, that's alright. With the electronics, it's got a master volume and a kill switch control. And the bridge pickup is a Schecter USA Pasadena Plus. And it looks like it comes with a case. Oh no, actually, it does not come with a case. It says in parentheses, sold separately. God, if you're selling a gimmicky guitar like this, it's a signature model, and it's as expensive as what it is, at least include the case. Come on. And of course, there are no reviews to read on the Schecter website just yet, because this is still a fairly new thing. I don't understand. I don't understand. Maybe this is like Schecter, they're trying to be kind of edgy. Get it? Razor blade edge, like a sharp edge. I don't know if this is just like... where did this get passed down the chain of command where it was like, yeah, let's actually produce this thing? Listen up, and I'm not trying to gripe on somebody like Machine Gun Kelly who's like getting a signature model and wants to, you know, make something different. That's cool, but like this, I'm at a loss for words at what this thing is. And I guarantee there are gonna be some people who do actually like this, but why? I'm not opposed to Schecter guitars. I actually own one. I've got a Schecter Avenger right here that I've had for years. I don't play it as much anymore, but I still have it. It's a bolt-on and stuff. There's things I do and don't like about it, but I still have a Schecter. It did me good for many, many, many years, but I'm just still trying to wrap my head around the production of this signature model. I already know there's going to be people going back and forth on whether or not this is like a legit cool guitar or not. There are going to be like the avant-garde artistic people who are like, yeah, let's push the edge, let's make something different. It's got to be like vastly different, because even Tosin Abasi with his guitars, like his stuff is very ergonomically interesting and abstract. Like they're different shapes, different body shapes, and different things to try to push the envelope of what guitars kind of settle into. But I don't know if this razor blade thing was the direction, and I don't know if it's gimmicky enough for me to even want to have this in a collection of my own for any reason. Like, if I had all the money in the world and money was not an issue, I still probably would not buy this thing. Actually, I take that back. I might buy it, try it out to show you guys, and then send it back and watch. If I ever did that, I would end up really liking it and keeping it for some reason, but I digress. I mean, who knows? Maybe this thing is actually amazing, and I'm sure there's going to be some videos coming out here soon of people actually playing this signature model, and I guess we'll find out then whether or not this thing is actually worth the cost that they're trying to sell it for. It just still baffles me. I just don't understand. Like, I want to go look at some of their newer guitars that they have coming out. Like, look, John Brown, he's what, from Intervals. They've got some newer stuff that's like normal guitar stuff, but then it's just like the Machine Gun Kelly Razor Blade, and it's why? Like, some of these other like new guitars here, right? They more seem to justify their price. The Machine Gun Kelly Razor Blade just no. I'm just trying to think about how this thing would be to play, because it just looks extremely uncomfortable to use, other than maybe standing and playing. And I know if you're like me, most of you are not standing and playing, even though we should do it because it's a different position that takes a different set of skill to be able to play the same stuff you could sitting down. It's good to stand up every once in a while, and I try to when I'm practicing and stuff, but majority of my time I do sitting down in a comfortable position. That thing does not look like you could sit with it in a comfortable position and play for hours and practice and get anything legitimately good done. I feel like it would just cut into my leg. Like I said, I'm just baffled that this thing is actually real and exists and costs like a lot of money. So I don't know. That's just my take on it. I'm very confused. I don't know about you. So why don't you let me know what you think about this guitar down in the comments. And before you go, make sure you watch some of the videos on your screen. And subscribe, I guess.